My claim, my strong belief that the King James Bible, or the Authorised version, I should call it the Authorised version, because of course King James is not he was a king, and I'm sure he evokes all sorts of strange hostility. Whether he deserved it or not, I cannot say. But he was merely an instigator. He just gave the order that learned men be assembled together to create a new translation, and he was doing it for political reasons, if you like. You could say religious reasons, if you wanted to be generous, to unite the realm. And there's no doubt, I mean, if you count the Bibles going back, where you can arrive at the number that to say that the King James Bible is the seventh. I think it's a reasonable inference, because if you start with, I would always start with the very old one that wasn't the Wycliffe Bible, that was a translation from the Latin, and that was in 1300 or something. Then I don't count Tyndale, because although Tyndale, of course, was the great translator, he never actually produced a complete Bible. So his Bibles were the Coverdale and the Matthews, which were two of his friends who published the complete Bible, based largely, I think, on his work. I think the Geneva Bible also was very closely related with Tyndale. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think he lived in Geneva for a while. And of course, that's a very important Bible as well, an earlier Bible. And then there was the Bishop's Bible and the Great Bible. I'm not sure, possibly in the opposite order. The Great Bible and the Bishop's Bible, which had come in some disfavor among the Puritans, because they were seen as being too almost Catholic in their approach to the ecclesiastical structure, and so a new translation was ordered, and it was the seventh, and that aligns with what Psalm 12 says. It does, purified in a furnace of fire, ordered 7 times. There is no greater authority in the world than the Authorised version of the Bible, because of all the different Bibles that exist, and there are thousands of them, the Authorised version is still the gold standard. They have to compare it to the Authorised version of the Bible. They have to compare their efforts to see how much they might have improved it or worsened it. And of course, there are we've got, the Catholic Bibles, the Dewey Reams and these things, which are certainly prodigious documents. But the Bible that has been used by Bible-believing Christians, okay, so when the Bible has authority, and they may be Catholic also, I'm not implying that they're not. There's a great deal of warring to and fro in Christendom, and it's about time it stopped. And I believe it will stop once we start using the Authorised version once again, and we recognize its power and its majesty, because Jesus Christ would not have left his people without his word. And in order to have authority, a legal document cannot have multiple forgeries around, all of which are vying for authenticity. That's not how it works. And moreover, there cannot be a single mistake in a legal document. Otherwise, there has to be a severability clause where they say, you'll see it in contracts. If any one of these clauses should prove to be invalid or should become null and void or whatever, it shall not affect the validity of the rest of the contract. There is no such clause in the Bible. Of course not, because the word of the Lord it will endure forever. And as his law is eternal, will never change. You see, will never change. So the Bible has to be perfect. Right? A single error, a single flaw, and if we don't know where it is, well, and of course we have seen so much discussion about the validity of particularly the King James Bible. The Authorized Version has come for a lot of scrutiny and grave censure and criticism. Oh, how they've done this, they've done that, and yet time after time it has defended itself. It has defended itself. And scholarly, Bible-believing men and women have shown patiently how it can be trusted, how it can be trusted. Every little claimed error has been revealed to be a further blessing. A further blessing. And of course, people have to do their own research on this stuff, but it's hidden. It's not the first, it's a bit like flat earth. It's not the first pages that come up that'll tell you. The first pages will tell you it's a load of rubbish, That's how the internet works. You have to dig, you have to go down, and you'll find stuff. The mathematical, what would you call them? Correspondences within the Authorized Version that have been discovered and mapped out. They only work because the Bible is the Bible. You can't add a word at any point. It changes everything. Or remove a word. The central verses of our Bible: bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. And the next one: bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. They're the two central verses of the Bible. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord. Mathematically, they're interesting because they are two sets of 12 words on either side of bless his holy name, which is the central phrase, if you like. The central phrase. In total, they are 28 words, which of course is a multiple of 7, a greatly favored number. The number 12 is the number of authority. The number of authority, the number of 7, I believe, is the number of perfection. That verse isn't there by chance. It's not the center of the Bible by chance. I'm sorry. The Authorized Version is the Word of God, and we need to start treating it with great respect indeed. Reading from it and sharing it. And for people who have different language groups, every single country has its version of the Authorized Version. Because the Authorized Version became so authoritative worldwide with the spread of the empire that it became a de facto standard. And I'm sure that there was rubbing of beards and scratching of heads and Lord knows what else went on. But I can certainly say in Italy, the Giovanni Diodati is a very good King James Bible for Italian people. A very good Authorized Version. Very good Authorized Version. Beautifully written also, I believe. But any dispute that may arise, it is the Authorized Version in English that must be consulted as precedence, because that is the Word of God originally. And people say, well, when it was written in Greek, it was written in Hebrew. Those documents have been spirited away. We don't know what's happened to them. I've got no idea. And also, of course, we have to remember that English is the lingua franca, and the Word of God must cover the whole earth. The Authorized version of the Bible is easily available to anybody at a low price. It is in the public domain, and it is the Word of the living God. Reading it should show people that that's the case. I believe once you start reading it, the majesty of the prose is just overwhelming, really. I mean, we're not talking about human hands here. There is a thread of gold, almost a buzzing electricity running through the Authorized version. It's not a book like another book. It's the Word of God.